Okay, so this is going to be my speculative preview, I guess that's what we're calling it, on the Avengers. Uh, I'm excited for this film. I think everybody is. I mean, this is almost unprecedented that you're going to have a big get together ensemble cast movie that has had four movies establishing the setup, and it was all pre planned to some degree. I'm sure I know the exact details of the plot were not pre-planned, but they all knew when they made Iron Man, the Hulk, and of course Thor and Captain America when they come out in a short while, that they all were eventually going to team up. Uh, so let's get the first thing out of the way. We pretty much know the Avengers team or what it's going to be. It's going to be Iron Man, obviously Captain America, Thor. Some people were not sure about the Hulk. I have a feeling the Hulk is going to come in. I believe Edward Norton said he would be willing to do it, and there's really no reason not to. Sure, it may not be exactly accurate to the comics, but this is Marvel has made it that the movies are their own separate universe, much like the Ultimate Universe is separate from the regular Marvel universe. So they can change some stuff around. There's no problems with that. Uh, no idea who's going to direct it. Some have been saying Jon Favreau. I don't think he's going to do it though, just because I think he's getting a little tired of doing the superhero stuff. Not that he doesn't like it, but directors are picky people. They like to move on, so it's up in the air. But they better get somebody good. Uh, Not Yul Bao. um, the big question is going to be the villain. A lot of people, I think, have been suspicious of the Mandarin because he's been in, or well, he was supposed to be hinted in the second Iron Man movie. He really wasn't. Maybe it was a deleted scene. We'll find out maybe when the DVD comes out. But I personally don't think it's going to be the Mandarin. I think they're still going to make there's still plans for an Iron Man 3 to come out after the Avengers film, and I think that's where they're going to have the Mandarin. Uh, Plus, I'm not sure if the Mandarin is like villain worthy for the Avengers' first major film. Uh, so I think the most likely is Skrulls, i.e., you do an alien invasion plot. That'd be a good excuse to whip out a superhero team. It'd be kind of hard how they would do that. I'm trying to think. But it could work. There's some, when we're talking about, appeal to the population, or to the general public, I should say, they're somewhat known, the Skrulls, the big kind of green troll-looking aliens. So they're kind of known to the public, and therefore they would have public appeal as opposed to a less well-known figure or a villain. Although I still think a less well-known villain would still work as long as he's done right or he's interesting. Uh, I mean, the Nolan films have shown that the public does not need to be previously familiar with villains, i.e., Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow. The Scarecrow has some familiarity. Can't speak. Familiarity. uh, the other one that I think a lot of people have been talking about, and I can see working, is Ultron. The robotic advanced AI. The only problem I would have with that is this having the robot himself is not a big threat, but you can easily have him have an army of robots. But the problem with that is he kind of just did that in Iron Man 2. You had the drones, and it would just kind of be rehashing what's already been done. There's no real reason to do it again. It's not new. It's not fresh. We saw Iron Man and War Machine already take them on. Oh, and War Machine, I forgot to mention this with the Avengers. War Machine will probably be in the Avengers as well. Same thing. Black Widow, I'd imagine to some extent, and obviously Nick Fury. Even though Nick Fury apparently is not going to be in the Thor movie. Go figure. What else? So there's Ultron. I mean, really, the person. Going back to Ultron, I I don't think there's going to be Ultron, just because it'll be doing the same thing we just saw in Iron Man 2, perhaps on a bigger scale. And yeah, you could maybe connect it through Iron Man 2 and Burnett. I mean, I could see them possibly doing that because it's already established with the drones. It's already in universe. But then again, it's kind of bringing in maybe too much stuff from Iron Man 2 or from the Iron Man universe, even though he's kind of the big thread in this particular universe. Who else is villain? I would love for them to do Doctor Doom. I know they're probably not because of copyright issues. Not really copyright, but they sold the movie. Doctor Doom, I believe, came packaged with the movie rights for the Fantastic Four, which Fox is holding. Although I think if they wanted to, they could probably, if they really wanted Doctor Doom, go to Fox, because basically right now, why everyone's trying to do these reboots is after Disney acquired Marvel, Disney doesn't want to take all these movies back because they know they can't produce them, and they'd rather get some money from other companies making these superhero films, but they would like to take a few of them back because they can make more movies than Marvel Studios used to be able to. So basically, the next one or two, possibly three franchises whose exclusivity contract runs up, Disney's gonna not renew it. It's gonna take it back and hold it for itself, whether that be the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, or Spider-Man. So if they really want Doctor Doom, they might be able to go up to Fox and go, waive your exclusivity of Doctor Doom, and we'll allow you to hold on to the Fantastic Four even longer. Which frankly would actually probably be a good move, because the Fantastic Four, despite being a pretty good franchise, it's never been, the most popular franchise. It's better to hold out hope for the X-Men or Spider-Man. Galactus too, though I believe it's the same thing, and it would be hard to do Galactus in a movie, in a 2-hour-long get-together movie, because, well, this be kind of waiting for him to. It would be like the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Everybody waiting for him to show up, and then having some sort of device at the end, which could work, but we saw what happened in Silver Surfer. Although there was way more other problems with that. Now, you could go with somebody not as well known. You could go with Hydra. Just have a new terrorist organization pop up, and it's Hydra, and therefore they need to get the team out. That could work. The same thing with AIM or any of the other numerous Bond villain-like organizations. I could easily see that working. Although, having a real superhero or super villain be the enemy is much more needed. Although, I've already heard this is a rumor, Hugo Weaving's going to be Red Skull, and he's going to also be in the Avengers movie. How that's going to work, I don't know. It could be like Scarecrow in The Dark Knight, where he's just in the first 5 minutes to kind of establish a little action scene with somebody. Perhaps starting a crossover. It could be that they're having a couple of the different villains get together. I mean, it could be that we'll see other villains come back. The Abomination is still floating around out there. He wasn't killed at the end, so it could be he's in prison. He gets broken out and pulled into the Legion of Doom or whatever we're gonna have. I could easily see them forming a group of supervillains to go after whoever to do something, take over the world. Insert M. Bison joke. But I can see I'm running out of time. I do have more I want to talk about this, but I'm going to wait till more information comes out. So, and then we'll have another one of these discussions. So, until then, have a nice day.